Michigan State Police arrested and locked up the wrong man on a child porn case, and the man who detectives say actually confessed is still free.
New tonight, Target 8 investigator Ken Kolker uncovered a series of missteps that led to this case of mistaken identity. Ken?
Yeah, Brian and Marley, the men have similar names but live more than 100 miles apart. We tracked them both down this week. This is Billy Dean Rowe, who lives near Albion, a married father of 4 who spent 3 nights in jail for child porn, a crime he did not commit.
Yeah. I was in the cell. I just laid in the bed all the time. I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
I didn't do nothing. I just did a lot of praying.
Yeah.
You know, we'll get out of here.
Hey, Billy?
Yep.
Hey, my name's Ken Kolker. This is Billy Joe Rowe, who lives near Flint, who police say confessed to the child porn but never spent a day in jail. And because of mistakes made by Michigan State Police, never will. Did you know another guy spent 3 or 4 days in jail?
No, I didn't know nothing about it.
So how is it that Michigan State Police confused 2 men with different middle names who live 120 miles from each other and who are 9 years apart in age?
I mean, it was crazy. I mean, there was no way I would do something like that.
The wrongfully arrested Rowe is suing the state police, a case that has reached the State Court of Appeals. State police admit they'd made mistakes, but are claiming governmental immunity.
It was their own fault, you know. They should pay the penalty, not me.
This case started in March 2005 when State Police Trooper Dennis Milburn seized a computer from Billy Joe Rowe's brother in Mount Morris near Flint. The brother told him that Rowe had downloaded child porn. The trooper questioned Billy Joe Rowe, who, according to reports obtained by Target 8, admitted to it. But Trooper Milburn's original police report misidentified him as Billy Dean Rowe, the innocent man, who is 5'4", 185 pounds. Billy Joe is 6'1", 200 pounds. It looks to me like they misidentified him as you right from the very beginning.
Yeah. That's not... They shouldn't be able to do that.
For nearly 6 years, though, nothing happened. It's not clear why. Perhaps because the original detective retired in 2007. The computer sat at MSP's Computer Crimes Unit in Lansing without being forensically examined. Then in March 2011, State Police Detective Sergeant Ronald Ainsley picked up the case, pushing for charges just weeks before the 6-year statute of limitations would expire. The State Police Lab finally examined the computer and found, quote-unquote, numerous images of child porn. 9 days later, the wrong Billy Rowe was getting ready for his job as a meat cutter at Meijer.
Well, they just showed up to my door and they asked me if I was Billy Rowe, and I said yes. He said, well, we have a warrant for your arrest out of Flint. I said, out of Flint? I've never been to Flint.
You've never been there?
Never been there. I asked them what it was for, and they told me they couldn't say. And when they told me that, I says, well, why am I going to Flint? He says, you'll find out when you get there.
The man who had never been in trouble before spent all day Friday, Saturday, and Sunday locked up at the Calhoun County Jail. At 1 in the morning Monday, a trooper drove him 110 miles to the Flint State Police Post. Rowe's hands cuffed behind his back.
They put me in a jail cell with a drunk and handcuffed me to the wall and left me sit there for like 5 hours.
That, he says, is when he finally learned he was being charged with possession of child porn, with a penalty of up to 4 years in prison, and when he tried to convince state police they had the wrong guy.
They asked me, did you have an apartment with your mother in Flint? I said, no, my mother's dead. And she'd been dead a year before that even happened.
Sergeant Ainsley took Billy Dean Rowe's photograph to the mom and brother of Billy Joe Rowe in Mount Morris. They told him he had the wrong man. A judge set Billy Dean Rowe free the day the statute of limitations ran out. He says he lost his job, but later got it back.
They said, oops, we got the wrong guy. And that was it. No apology, no nothing.
Prosecutors refused to sign a warrant against the real suspect. It wasn't difficult to find that real suspect. Target 8 knocked on one door in Clio. He denied downloading child porn. The police report says you admitted to it.
No.
No?
I never admitted to nothing.
So that child porn wasn't on. That wasn't your child porn?
Nope, I did not admit to nothing.
Now, what we don't know is why police waited 6 years to test that computer. A state police spokeswoman called that atypical, but wouldn't say why it happened. She also acknowledged that Rose misidentified from the start, though again, she wouldn't say why.
This story's a nightmare on so many
yeah.
levels. Ken, what happens next?
Well, the State Court of Appeals denied the state police's request to have this dismissed on the grounds of governmental immunity. That was like about 2 weeks ago, so now it goes back to Calhoun County.
So Billy Dean is actually suing then. And
Yes,
he wants
he
something
filed
done.
a lawsuit back in 2013. It's been taking this long, and it went to the Court of Appeals, and now it's bouncing back. So,
Okay, we'll follow it.
Yes, sir,
Thank
we
you,
will.
Ken.